Good morning, students. Welcome to RPS Group of a School online classes for science. We will continue with the chapter Respiration in Animals and Plants. Module 3. In this module, students, today we will discuss the process of respiration, which is broadly divided into breathing and cellular respiration. Let's discuss how the process of respiration occurs. All cells in our body need oxygen to produce energy. When the cells produce energy, however, carbon dioxide is also produced. We get oxygen by breathing in fresh air and remove carbon dioxide from the body by breathing out stale air. When we talk about cellular respiration, it is the process of exchange of gases in the cells. Oxygen is used to oxidize food with the release of carbon dioxide and water along with energy, which is in the form of ATP. As this process takes place within the cells of our body, it is known as cellular respiration or internal respiration. A cell organelle called mitochondria is the site of cellular respiration. Breathing. It is the physical or mechanical process in which air rich in oxygen is taken inside and air rich in carbon dioxide is given out with the help of respiratory organs. Thus, breathing involves two steps which take place alternately: inhalation and exhalation. Taking in of air rich in oxygen into our body is called inhalation. Giving out air rich in carbon dioxide from our body to the external environment is called exhalation. Mechanism of breathing. Breathing involves taking in air rich in oxygen into the lungs called inhalation or inspiration and giving out carbon dioxide from lungs called exhalation or expiration. Students, during inhalation, when you breathe in air, the diaphragm goes down, increasing the space in the chest cavity. The air from the atmosphere gushes in the lungs and they expand. During the process of exhalation, when you breathe out, the diaphragm moves up, decreasing the space in the chest cavity, which forces the air out of the lungs. Let's discuss the mechanism of breathing. During inhalation, the ribs are raised upwards and outwards by the contraction of rib muscles and the diaphragm moves down or flattens. The volume of the thoracic cavity and lungs increases and the air pressure inside the lungs decreases. Air from the atmosphere having higher pressure rushes into lungs through nostrils and air passages and the lungs get filled with fresh air. In case of exhalation or during exhalation, the ribs move downwards and inwards and the diaphragm moves upwards. Or you can say ribs and diaphragm return to their original position. The volume of thoracic cavity and lungs decreases and the air pressure inside the lungs increases. Air from the lungs is pushed out through air passages and nostrils. Now let's talk about the composition of inhaled and exhaled air. The inhaled and exhaled air differ in the percentage of oxygen and carbon dioxide. The air that we inhale approximately have 21% of oxygen and 0.03% of carbon dioxide. The air we exhale have 16.4% of oxygen and 4.4% of carbon dioxide. The breathing rate. The number of times the person breathes in a minute is termed as breathing rate. Students, an adult human being, can inhale and exhale 15 to 18 times in a minute. It is the average breathing rate of an adult human being. The breathing rate of a person is not always constant. It changes according to the oxygen requirement of the body. Breathing rate is somewhat faster in women than in men, and in children it is higher, approximately 20 to 30 times per minute than adults. Breathing rate is slowest while sleeping, as less energy is required, while maximum during heavy exercise like running, weightlifting, etc., where much energy is required. During heavy exercise, the breathing rate can increase to 25 times per minute. An adult can take in a maximum of about 4.8 liters of air. During normal and relaxed breathing, only half liters air in the lungs is replaced at each breath. During exercise or running, that is, in forced breathing, about 3 liters of air is replaced in lungs at each breath. Therefore, running, jumping, and playing are good and very much needed for better health. Regular traditional breathing exercise like pranayama can increase the capacity of lungs to take more air. Thus, more oxygen can be supplied to the body cells, resulting in release of more energy. Now students, let's discuss about alveoli. Exchange of gases between alveoli and blood capillaries. Students, if you remember, each lung has millions of alveoli which get filled with air when we inhale. There is a fine mesh of blood vessels surrounding each alveolus. The oxygen of the air in the alveoli passes easily through the thin walls of these blood vessels. It combines with hemoglobin in red blood cells of blood to form oxyhemoglobin and is carried to all the cells of the body. Similarly, carbon dioxide produced in the process of internal respiration inside the cells is transported by the blood from all the cells back to the lungs. It passes into the alveoli from the blood vessels and is expelled from our lungs. Let's talk about cellular respiration. When the cells obtain oxygen from the blood, they use up this oxygen to burn the food. That is also called as oxidation of food. Oxidation of food releases energy which is stored in the form of ATP. The full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Thus, respiration at the cellular level is burning of food or oxidation of food using oxygen to get energy. With this, we end up the module, students. We'll join you soon with another module. Till then, goodbye.